Hello, my name is Ruscitti, and today I'll be speaking about how the comprehensive gang prevention, intervention, and suppression model can combat gang growth. Bang! Too often do we see this headline: a young adult has been killed in a gang shootout. You might say that violence like this is just a fact of life. What if I told you that it didn't have to be, and that with a little effort we could drastically and definitively reduce the growth and severity of street gangs and encourage children to lead better lives? Our children are severely at risk of joining gangs, and implementation of programs using the comprehensive gang prevention, intervention, and suppression model can fight this threat. Childhood is supposed to be a time of growth and innocence in which children develop into productive adults with proper love and support, and as a society, we are obligated to protect them from becoming involved in organized crime for their well-being and for the well-being of others who might become their victims in the future. To demonstrate the effectiveness of comprehensive gang prevention programs, we will cover the following topics: how prolific gangs are and why children join them, what the comprehensive gang prevention, intervention, and suppression model is and how it works, and how successful programs that have used this have been, as well as how an average person can support these programs, fight gang violence, and keep children out of the streets. So, let's start by exploring the problem in order to determine its extent and causes. Currently, many children are joining gangs are growing in strength, and gangs are contributing to many problems in society, including violent crime. A study conducted this year by the Sam Houston State University determined that about 1 million, which is about 2% of American children, are currently gang members. Another study estimated that more than 30,000 gangs, that there are 30,000 gangs, which represents a 50% increase from 2006 and is the highest annual estimate since 1996. These estimates suggest that gang-related homicides typically account for around 13% of homicides nationwide. In a typical year in the so-called gang capitals of Chicago and Los Angeles, around half of all homicides that are committed in these cities are gang-related, and these cities account for about 1/4 of all gang-related homicides in a typical year. And a 2012 estimate of the number of gang members represents an 8.6% increase over the previous year. These statistics are clearly unsettling. One may wonder, why are these gangs so successful in recruiting youth, and what about them makes them so attractive? According to Howell, children typically join gangs for one of the few main reasons: for protection, for entertainment, for respect, for money, because there's nothing else to do and they have no hope and see no alternative but to join a gang, because they know someone in the gang, or for many youth, gang life is all they know and everyone around them seems to be in the gang. Additionally, gangs provide that youth with a sense of friendship, camaraderie, and success that they are not receiving at home or at school. Oftentimes, these children may not have developed the skills to constructively express feelings of anger or rage. Because it is so easy for youth to be targeted for gang recruitment, we need some method that's effective at stopping them. The comprehensive gang prevention, intervention, and suppression model is one of the most successful methods to stem the growth and weaken the destructive power of gangs. Recent evaluations of this model have shown substantial positive outcomes. Programs using the comprehensive gang prevention, intervention, and suppression model utilize 5 strategies: community mobilization, opportunities provision, social intervention, suppression, and organizational change and development. So how would a program like this work? To answer this question, we look at the Little Village program. In the Little Village program, the key strategy was to have the community and various groups within cooperate to de-isolate, socially assist, and control gang youth so that they can participate in legitimate mainstream activities in society. An effective communication system of the local nature and scope of the gang problem was developed. A variety of contacts and services were provided, including referral to placement in jobs or job training, remedial education, recreational activities, counseling of gang youth on the streets, and drug treatment and mental health referrals. The project team members developed positive and productive communication and a network of relationships with gang youths, and they were not seen as intrusive or harassing. The project was composed of a number of different entities, including the police, probation officers, the Boys and Girls Clubs, and several church groups. And the main idea of it was that you could integrate all of these different organizations who all had different goals, and you could focus them and really make sure that no children slipped through the cracks. So how successful have these programs been, you might ask? Where many other programs have only been marginally successful, programs following this model have proven very effective in reducing gang crime and participation. The Little Village Gang Reduction Program is one of such programs and has appeared to reduce arrests for violent crimes, serious violent crimes, and drug crimes. The average number of total crimes per program youth declined from an average of 5.5 to 2.9, which represents a reduction of 47.3%. The average number of violent crimes declined from 3.1 to 1.7, a reduction of 45%. And arrests for youth who were not even a part of the program declined by 25.4%, and program youth were 3 times less likely to be arrested than their peers. A program in the same vein, the Gang Violence Reduction Program, was also successful in reducing gang crime. When the Gang Violence Reduction Program was properly applied in 3 sites in Chicago, Illinois, Mesa, Arizona, and Riverside, California, it led to significant reductions in both gang violence in all 3 of the sites and a reduction in drug offenses in only 2 of them. In Chicago, Illinois, approximately 200 hardcore gang youths were targeted, and the program youth had significantly fewer violent and drug arrests than comparison youth. The most successful sites were successfully integrated outreach activities, a variety of intervention services with surveillance and suppression strategies. You may now be thinking to yourself, all these programs sound wonderful, but what can I do? There are a number of actions a person can do in order to fight organized crime. People can become educated about what programs are in place in their community, get involved in a local gang prevention program in their community, and if there's not one, you can push local legislators to make one. You should also make sure you know where your children are. Other things you can do include getting involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters or similar programs to help at-risk youth, talking to your children about the dangers of gangs, supporting poverty relief programs and programs that help at-risk youth find work or counseling. And if you have any questions or would like to become involved, you can contact the National Gang Center or the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency. I hope that I've convinced you that the comprehensive gang prevention, intervention, and suppression model can help us to reduce the proliferation of gangs and their violence. In conclusion, gangs are very powerful entities in their capacity to cause harm and recruit youth, and they provide psychological and material benefits that are appealing to them. The comprehensive gang prevention, intervention, and suppression model uses 5 elements to fight these gangs. Programs following this model have had significant success in the past, and therefore warrant consideration. There are many ways average people can support these programs, fight gang violence, and keep children on the right path to live safe and productive lives. And the longer we wait to do something about gangs, the more children we are losing to a lifestyle that can offer them little more than suffering, wickedness, and a good chance of incarceration or death. Thank you.